This is the most exciting thing we've ever worked on. We're going to be here all day to go into the technical details with you as well. So it's all about innovation. That's our message. You can really leave your infrastructure concerns and worries behind, because whether it's infrastructure services or application services or operation services or business services, or whether it's any of the key areas that Steve went through or that we've gone through already, you can focus on the application that you want to build. You can focus on the value that you want to deliver to your business, and that's very important. So how does it work? Well, it's really about 7 critical layers to the platform that we've been focusing on that we think are critical for you to be successful. The first layer, as I mentioned, is the global infrastructure as a service. We're delivering over 150 million transactions a day at 210 milliseconds. About 37% of those are global deployments. It's a $300 million investment through our currently 2 fully mirrored data centers and soon to be a 3rd data center in Singapore. It's a fully scalable architecture with the disaster recovery and everything that our major customers around the world expect from us. And that architecture is multi-tenant and really is built on this concept of pods. And the idea is that each one of our pods is a multi-tenant cluster with its own application server, with its own search server, with its own database server. This has really increased our ability to deliver a very high, reliable solution for our customers. And we are continuing to enhance and extend that pod architecture, but last year we delivered a 99.95 uptime for our customers, and that big enhancement in uptime was really made possible by the power of our pods. And our technical architects who are here today will go through that, but you can also look and watch and monitor our scalability, and as evidence of the maturity of us as a platform company, we make all of our uptime statistics available to you at trust.salesforce.com, and you can go through and also check in on all of our ISO and SAS certifications and SysTrust certifications and so forth, but also watch the performance of all of our servers and how we're doing on a regular basis, whether you're in the media or an analyst or a customer or whoever you are. We also are really focused on delivering our database as a service. Of course, our database is the heart of all of our applications, and it'll be the heart of all of your applications. We already manage now over 9 million customizations for our customers, over 160,000 SQL statements a second, tremendous scalability. But all the things that you would expect in a major database system, whether it's a relational system or some other type of database, whether it's the ability to build tables and fields and relationships and sharing models and audit history and logging and all of the things that you'd expect from a DBA, the tuning and the backups and the upgrades, all automatically created for you in our system. So you can really get in there and do the hardcore database work that you can do on a major SQL server, but you're doing it right inside our service. And your integrations on our service as well. We're doing about 2 billion API calls a month now. We've done over 30 billion API calls with our service in total, and we have a very robust web services API and everything that you need to do to be able to integrate, whether it's another service with ours, a desktop with ours, an enterprise system with ours, whether it's Oracle or SAP that you want to integrate with, whether it's Microsoft applications, whether it's the Google technology, we're going to offer that high fidelity capability. And a complete workflow engine as well. So we now manage over 100,000 workflow rules for our customers. Over 7 million automated tasks are running on our platform, whether it's declarative or programmatic, approval-based, intelligent, time-based, formula, outbound messaging. We're able to kind of deliver everything that you need in terms of workflow capability inside your application as a service. And your code on our service. So if you have code that you want to write on our service, of course we've built Apex, which was the first multi-tenant programming language. You can now code, whether it's stored procedures, data validation, complex transaction logic, and run it on our servers. Today we have over 1.5 million Apex system requests per day. We're storing about 4 million lines of Apex code now. This is now production technology. It's no longer in beta, and our customers are really loving the ability to put their code on our servers. And that means that you can really code at the detail level. As you know, it's a Java-like syntax. It's strongly typed, it's transactional, it's schema-aware, it's governed by our system, it's managed by our system, so you cannot get into trouble and it is secure. And this has really allowed our customers to take what they could build on our servers right up to what they were building in the client-server environment. And I'm also very happy to announce that when we put our summer code production last weekend, Visualforce is now production for all of our customers, and that is the ability for you to code your own user interface. So whether you want to build something that's very specific for a browser, whether it's Safari or Explorer or the new Mozilla browser, or whether you're trying to code for the iPhone or for a BlackBerry or a touch kiosk or whatever it is, you can build a highly customized user interface, and we will store those definitions and push those screens and that user interface to whatever device it is. And that's been very, very powerful for our customers as they kind of rethink what their user interface would be by any design, any interaction, or any device support, and that technology is now production for you. The specifics of Visualforce we will go into in a number of breakouts today, but the essence of it is you're running your UI code on our servers, you're able to use the workflow, the Apex code, and the database technology, as well as leveraging the user interface components from Visualforce, whether it's pages or forms or text capabilities or panels or messages or any other component, and then put all that together to build and deliver the application that you need. Another major feature that's now production on our capability is not just our API, but our metadata API. That means you can read our servers with your tools, whatever they are, and the one that we're really promoting is Eclipse. So how many people here are already programming with Eclipse? Can you raise your hands? So you can just take your Eclipse IDE. The Eclipse IDE will now read our servers, all of the definitions from force.com, whether it's the user interface definitions, the Apex, all of the tables, everything inside our servers will appear inside Eclipse, and you can now manipulate that data and then push that data back into Eclipse. The power of that is, if you're using Eclipse as your development environment for your IDE, and you're using some other type of capability in terms of workflow for your developers, in terms of code share or some other kind of source code management system, between those two capabilities of the Eclipse IDE and your source code control system, you're now able to operate as a development team, whether it's locally or remotely, on our servers. And with our sandbox technology, you can create these kind of mirrored test environments and move that data back and forth. So it's really the combination of the metadata API, the force.com IDE, the sandbox, and the code share now gives you everything you need to build as a team on top of our servers. Very, very powerful, and you'll see that today. At the heart of it will be Eclipse. So if you're not familiar with Eclipse, or you're familiar with some of the older IDEs like JBuilder or Visual Studio or some of these other things, very, very easy transition to the Eclipse environment, and we've enhanced Eclipse so that you can just look, while you're running it on your computer, it looks like the server's under your desk, but it's really running in our data centers, and very easy for you to get in there and do the work you need, whether it's using our code editor or our project management capability in Eclipse, or looking at the XML systems that we're making available. Finally, you can then take those applications and you can save them as projects, and you can push them to our application exchange, which is our directory of all the applications that are available. We have over 800 applications currently available. 65,000 applications have been installed by our customers. You can see by the number of hands that are up, the number of people who have now installed applications inside the App Exchange by our customers is tremendous. Hundreds of thousands of them have been tested by our customers. We have over 460 ISVs, and it's growing rapidly, especially with this tour, as ISVs and customers realize that building natively on our platform gives them a whole other capability to get into our App Exchange.